Welcome to a special edition of the Mexican Soccer Show. We're here live on halftime during the Mexico versus Paraguay game to hear the reactions from these guys. Exciting game already to start. It wasn't even 2-3 minutes in, and Lalo Herrera with a great golazo. Let's hear your thoughts right away. Cesar, you were saying before the game, before the show, you're already excited about the game. Tell us, first of all, your prediction already.
Boom. There we go. If only that's how life worked out. Let's see, what other predictions am I gonna make? I'm gonna find $100 bill underneath my pillow tonight. So let's see if that happens. But I think that was excellent stuff from Lalo. If I remember correctly, I saw online that said that was literally his first touch of the game. So his first touch with the national team is a goal. So that's a massive, massive moment for Lalo Herrera. And man, it was just. It wasn't just him. It was. Hold on a second. My cat's in the way right now, so I'm going to toss her over here. She's excited. DJ Kells is excited as well. She wants to make some comments, but obviously she can't speak English. But yeah, just I don't know. There's just so many positives to talk about. It's just everywhere on the field. I honestly can't think of too many things that I'm really unhappy about from that first half.
Yeah, it's very especially sloppy play. Very. Craziness with the cards already. I think Tom was mentioning 29. I think it was 27 when he tweeted out, but already with so many fouls from Paraguay coming in. Naive, did you see this Paraguay when they played against Costa Rica?
I think the team took by surprise the fact that they're playing with 3 center backs and 5 midfielders, and I think that kind of threw off the team in the beginning of the match. And you're seeing two contrasts right here. You're seeing one team that's barely building up with Pelado Diaz, and you're seeing one team that knows what it's playing. I think the idea of the 5-3-2 in this case, especially with new players, is really impressive. I mean, the key right now for Mexico has been intensity in those 15 minutes, taking advantage that Paraguay was playing with 3 center backs, 5 midfielders, which is new for them, and just going at it. And I think the set piece from Negrito Medina was excellent. The fans in Kansas City, great fans. I mean, the atmosphere is just, it makes you play out your best, basically.
They even booed, like, the substitution of the, of the keeper. Like, the keeper's injured. Yeah, boo!
But overall, great stuff from Mexico. A lot of fouls from Paraguay. At points, it got too dirty from their side. And seeing Pablo Aguilar fouling, Raul Jimenez, both were at America at one point. That kind of battles.
Yeah, that was yeah, totally. I was very happy with some of the play up front, especially like that. Like now you mentioned, like the first 10-15 minutes, just Mexico's all out attack, just pouring that pressure, and Paraguay looking completely frazzled. Raul, especially Negro Medina, is really just covering a lot of ground. He's all over the place. Dos Santos with that beautiful play toward the end of the half there, and just in general his play has been amazing.
Moments. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, just really impressive. I've been pretty happy with Torres Nilo as well. I think he's playing pretty well coming up in left wing back, not his normal position, normally just a classic left back, but he's really playing pretty well over there considering. And I don't know, it's just a great play. I mean, I'm just happy this isn't a Paraguayan soccer show, because I think we'd be pretty bummed out right now with how the team is playing. But
yeah, just horrific.
It really looked like a train wreck, so it's. I'm glad we're on this side of it.
Yeah, from just the cards, the rough play, and I don't look like the players. They look like they just went to Buffalo Wild Wings like 2 hours. I don't know if you guys got that impression, but even Da Silva just looks sweating, like just. Like they all just. Like, they eaten 2 hours ago, and
I thought I saw some barbecue stains somewhere.
Some brisket. Let's see what's going on in the chat. In the chat, people are saying, predicted. Let's see, Joe, Paraguay's sloppy play has made its game more exciting than expected. Good work from Jonathan Dos Santos, guys. Jonathan Dos Santos is more that he can do, just setting up everyone, taking 2-3 players at a time, just showing his class and what he has at Villarreal, and just showing that he needs to be playing. I mean, he keeps playing like this, especially in the way that Gallito Vázquez is not showing up in the game. Could we see him being the top starting 11 in the A team? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's
what
hard.
Do you guys think?
Because I think right now I would still I would still have Herrera and Guardado as my top attacking mids. Jonathan, it's just right as of right now, I think I would still have him as a backup. But it's definitely a tough question. I would like to. Tom brought this up. I'd like to see him as a right wing back and see what he could do there. I think that'd be interesting to see what he could do for us back there. Because he's almost like at this point, it seems like he's almost like too good of a player to be missing out on. So maybe it'd be interesting to try him back out in that position.
His old Barca
Yeah,
days.
I agree with that. Like it's getting to the point where you just have to get him on the field. Like wherever it is, like whether you bump Guardado back to that holding midfielder position. I mean, it's been done before. I mean, it's probably not ideal, but it could be done.
I mean, that's
like the wing
right
back position. Right. So I mean, I think you get Dos Santos on there somewhere. Whether he even put him at that holding midfielder position, get him on the field. I mean, because I think like increasingly he's the Dos Santos that needs to be on the field.
Yeah, the good points right there. I mean, I remember I read a comment after the game against Ecuador, and the comment went along the lines of, Jonathan played a great game without even playing the game. I think today we're noticing how big of a midfielder he is. And the fact that Herrera, Guardado, and Jonathan can play those three midfield positions. Basically, they can just switch around. It will be, Guardado can be in the center, Herrera can be on the right, or Jonathan can be on the left, and then they can just switch around because they're so versatile that, I think it's, if you want the A star team right now, I think Jonathan is way better than Gallito. And you just have to...
Especially the last game when you saw that, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, if we would have seen Gallito play a great game, his World Cup games where we've seen that, it'd be a little different, but Gallito didn't have a great of a showing. Who knows? I mean, it could be totally different. He could have a great game. I don't know if against the U.S. if he is called. So.
Sorry, my cat keeps going.
Having some cat problems. Quickly, since we're coming back, anyone you would like to see? Let me pull up the. Obviously, let's see the starting lineup, and we'll put the players.
So I'm looking at our bench right now. So our bench. All right, there you go.
There we go.
Right there. Ooh.
So,
I'll tell you one player.
Aldrete probably deserves to see some minutes.
Aldrete's like, all right, can I play? I'm the only one that hasn't played.
Yeah, they
kind of weird if he doesn't play.
It looks like everybody on the bench was having a good time. Chicharito was like laughing, Gio was laughing, but I'm pretty sure if they would have cut to Aldrete, he would have probably been a little disappointed, right?
Maybe see the two Dos Santos.
Gio. Yeah, same. Go ahead, Naib.
Yeah, maybe just see the two Dos Santos.
Have they played in the national team?
Together? Yeah.
Together? I think one time they played for like a minute, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, the game against Belarus, I think they both started actually in that game. It was Giovanni and Raul, and Jonathan was also on the lineup.
And Jonathan had sporadic calls in the past. I'm pretty sure Gio would have been up there too. So I'm pretty sure they would have.
I just know that it hasn't been like I haven't seen them either play together. As in, maybe I just haven't seen a highlight of them together. All the two brothers, like we've seen in Villarreal, or I don't remember anything like that. But.
The only thing that I am a little worried about is our attack is excellent right now. I can't think of a single player I don't like on our midfield or our top two that I'm not really thinking is having a bad game. It's just I'm a little worried that our defense hasn't been tested yet, and I think the last few 10 minutes, Paraguay started to pressure a little bit, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see how those how our defenders do back there, because like I said, I don't think they've really been tested yet so far today.
No, definitely not. And really quickly, Meliton, he had the crazy kind of coming out, didn't really see it that well. So what do you think about that? Just him coming out as I tweeted old Ochoa 2008.
Ochoa 2008.
Giving him some hate, but should be interesting. Half. I kind of want to see, let's not disrupt the tab, but I kind of want to see more of Chicharito just for him to get closer to the record. But at the same time, I think keep it as is unless you see a problem. Also, considering maybe Jonathan Dos Santos, it's getting kind of sloppy back there. So I think if we have a lead, if we're going there and Paraguay keeps doing what they're doing, take it easy because it is a friendly.
Yeah, no injuries. We don't want no injuries
That's
right
right.
That's true.
But
That's right.
the odds of having a red card, I think, in that all of the defense is pretty much has a yellow card from Paraguay. So we'll see what's happening in the second half.
Just a quick question to the table. Do you think these two friendlies were good enough for three, considering that they have the U.S. men's national team game on April?
Well, it's kind of hard to say because if we're wanting to see, this is the last FIFA day before the Copa America, we wanted South American teams. It's not like, Ecuador is a good team. Ecuador is supposed to be better than it is, and Paraguay. I mean, we're gonna face those teams in the beginning. I mean, who are the three teams that we face in the first round? Ecuador,
Bolivia, and Chile.
And Chile. So obviously Chile has had a great team, and we see Ecuador, but I don't think it was a bad planning on the FMF trying to get two South American teams that are not, Bolivia. And ultimately, yes, we have Paraguay, but I thought it was
at the
okay.
same time, though, the U.S. men's national team is out there playing in Europe right now, playing against decent competition. So I think they not say that that's gonna have an immediate effect. But I just think their preparation has been a little bit better when it comes to friendlies.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I think they wanted someone to go against so they can practice just like Copa America, South American teams. Argentina is playing El Salvador. Was playing El Salvador. It's not like, all these large or big clubs are playing teams. They needed to play small teams that they're going to mirror in Copa America to get ready, and I think that's what the FMF does. And that otherwise I thought it would be another Central American team that we'd be playing, which we are later on getting closer to the Gold Cup. So I don't know. A little disappointing on Ecuador's part, but at the same time, if the forwards would have been in, I think we would have been like, what a great test for Mexico. And if the forwards would have scored those 3 games, we would have been saying something totally different. This is the kind of game Mexico needs to have.
That's how it seems to me. It's just situation. I think an ideal situation like with these two teams, this would have been fine. Ecuador certainly had the talent offensively to challenge the defense, and they did, even with the players that were in there. And then with this game tonight, I mean, Paraguay are just playing CONCACAF style. So it's what Mexico's used to, but it's not necessarily great in preparation.
Hey, what do you think, Cesar? I mean, on the friendlies.
Friendly. I mean, I think I spoke a little bit about the U.S. men's national team. I think they're doing a little bit of a better job, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of some interesting subs that Paraguay will make in the second half. Maybe they'll pressure us, and maybe it'll be a 1-1 or 2-2. I'm still predicting a 2-2. I know it seems a little ridiculous. I think we're gonna step back a little bit. I think it's gonna be like the U.S. men's national team. They're gonna sneak up on us in the second half. But I guess at least we won't have Yarbrough in goal. But
we have his backup. We have his backup.
No, I just think in general the friendlies, Cesar and Jason and we saw it. I mean, the friendlies is just to build the style, and I think today, considering that there's a lot of new faces, not that a lot of new faces, but people that are not used to the 5-3-2, and they're actually doing a great job.
I mean, Mexico has a possession. It's coming in. I like them working together. I think Jonathan is pretty much just taking and running with it and taking that midfield forward. And we've seen that. But, yeah. Looks like the game is back on, guys. So,
see you guys later. Yeah.
We'll talk, and thank you so much for joining on, guys. Let's go back to the game. Thank you all at the chat for joining us in this halftime special. And we'll make sure to be retweeting on Twitter all of our thoughts. All right. Have a great night. Go Mexico.
Thanks, guys.
2-0 Mexico. 2-0. I changed my mind. 2-0.
2-2.
1-1.